Hey y'all, it's Melissa. Welcome to Messy Missy Creates. I just wanted to come on for a little bit and talk about my plans for next year. I have mentioned in a couple videos that I'm going to be doing something different for 2025. And if you've been following me, you know that for the last, all of this year, all of last year, and maybe part of the year before, I've been making my journals out of empty Triscuit boxes or cracker boxes. And I like the family size Triscuit box because it gives me the size that I want with minimal cutting. And the size that I prefer, this one is 9 1/4 by 6 1/2 wide. And it's just easy to scrapbook paper. It's one cut down. You don't have to trim both sides. Anyway, there's a lot of reasons why I like this size. It feels good in my hands, and it's a good size. I'm used to working in it. So this is my journal for December, for now, for this month, I mean. And so I have a closet full of old books, and I have been collecting them for a while, and I need to start using them. I had in mind I was going to make junk journals, and I've made a few, like, for myself. But I am wanting to start using one book. I mean, it's only going to get, I just bumped you. It's only going to get rid of 12 books for the year, and that's not even going to put a dent in my collection. So, here is what I'm thinking for next year. I want to select a book for each month. Now, what I have in mind for January, what I've narrowed it down to, is these three. This is the Littlest Snowman. It's a wonder book, I guess. It's about the size of a golden book. It is 6 1/2 by just a hair over 8. So it's going to be similar. It's going to be the same width, just a little shorter. So I think that's doable. It definitely is going to need, I mean, I rescued this book. It definitely needed some love. And the pages are fairly intact except for this first one. It's a really cute book. This says from 1955-56, but this is a 1980 printing. And it has this, I hate that they did this, but you know how kids are with stickers and adults, because I don't put it right in the middle of the snowman's face, but this Ronald McDonald, it says 1985 Ronald McDonald, is a cool sticker in itself. I just wish it had been down here, not right on the snowman's face. I don't think I can get this off. It's been on there for about, 30 years or more, 35 years, probably. So it's not coming off. I mean, I could sit here and work at it with a knife, but chances are it's going to pull up his face anyway. That's my only hesitation about this book. That, and I have to rebuild the spine. And I know I'm going to be pushed for time, but I thought the snowman and the blue, it would be good for January. So, I'm not sure how many of the pages I would leave in there. I mean, I might go like every other page with the storybook page, but we know that we cover up our pages, so I don't want to, chances are I would use the images like as pockets and things, not just for the background pages. You know, because we would just cover them up, and I just couldn't cover up that little bunny and, you know, the cute little kids. And anyway, so that's one option. This is just one of the thin Reader's Digest. This is actually Book of Days and Dates. I only selected it as an option because it's blue, and to me, January kind of is blue. I don't know necessarily where I get that from or where I got that from, but in my mind, January is kind of blue. This has, I did think about actually using this, though. It's names, addresses, Christmas cards. It's an old date book. I don't know. I'm not sure what this, it has 19 under the Christmas tree. And that says sent. Oh, sent received. Okay, so I guess it's where you can keep up with where you got it. Maybe you're supposed to mail them by the 19th. I don't know. I did not get out Christmas cards this year. I didn't even make Christmas cards this year. Important dates, stuff like that. All of these would be great journaling pages. Well, all of these would anyway. And even these would be fun. I doubt that I'm actually going to use it for what it's intended to. These Reader Digest are a little small for me, for my liking. It is not quite 5.5. It's 5 3/8 to be exact. And by 7.5, or a little over a half. So it's a little smaller than what I'm used to, but it has potential. So anyway, there's that one. This one I'm leaning towards because, let me show you the cover. If you take off the book jacket, it's children's toys you can build yourself. And that would be a fun image to use. It might even be a fun jacket to use. You know, people make journals out of these jackets too. I don't know that I would go that far, but it has the gold embossing right here with the title. But it's just a solid blue cover. I saw Lydia recently do a book that was this orientation, and then I saw Allison do one that was this orientation, and it intrigued me. So Lydia at February and June, and Allison at AJ's Inspired Life. It is 9 1/4 inches widthwise and almost 7 inches tall. So that's an example of one that's going to have to be cut. Actually, that's not, yeah. I don't know. If I use scrapbook paper, I'm not sure what the best way. I haven't even thought about the best way to cut it yet. Chances are I would use a lot of pages out of this book. They're pretty plain. You have a few black and white pictures like this, which are really cute. But for the most part, they're plain enough to use as background pages in the journal. And obviously they fit in this book because they're in this book. So what I would probably do is take the pages out and then sprinkle in some scrapbook papers. I haven't even looked at my what I have available for January, scrapbook paper wise. And I'm probably inclined to think that I don't have a whole lot unless there's stuff in that stash. I still have not done a video of the stuff that I got from my sisters because I haven't brought it all in my house. I do not have room until I clean up my craft room. And it's going to probably have to be in little spurts that I show it to you anyway, but we'll talk about that more later. So anyway, this is this book, and I'm leaning towards this one because I'm just kind of intrigued by the side, I mean, if it were upright this way, it would be just about the same as my journal. So it's the same square footage per se, square inches necessarily, as what I'm used to. It's just oriented width-wise instead of height-wise. So, for example, if I were to use, let's say I were to use this scrapbook paper, I would have to, I couldn't just cut it in half. I mean, I could. If we cut it in half, it would be shorter, right? So I'd probably cut it to where the height was right, and then fold this over like this, and then tip, that would be like just a little extra flap. That would be what I'd probably do. And then use the excess paper for pockets or, you know, just additional decorations on a page. So that's where I'm leaning. Now, I may give you a vote. Do we want, that doesn't mean that I'm automatically going to take the majority rules, but I definitely will take your input. And I might let you decide which book that I use. So would you use The Littlest Snowman? Would you use the children's toy book? or would you use the Reader's Digest? Drop it down in the comments which one you would like for me to use. And I very well may look at the comments and see which one wins. I mean, I'll look at the comments anyway. But, I mean, I kind of told you which way I was leaning. Which way are you leaning? Which, change my mind. You know what I'm saying? Or agree with me, whichever. If you think one of these books would work better, then tell me why. But I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Okay, so then I don't know what I even have for fabric as far as like I would want fabric over. Oh, that's the other thing. This journal, I could probably leave the spine the way it is and just make a single signature journal. I could do that for either of these two books. I think would work fine. This one, I would have to build the spine. And I would want some kind of fabric or paper or something over the side. And I'm just not sure. Actually, this one would be really, really cute with it. I don't usually use paper on my spines. I usually use fabric. But there's a first time for everything, right? Because that would be super cute with this book, wouldn't it? The reason why I'm doing this now is because this is before Christmas. I've got to think about it. Because we're going out of town for a few days after Christmas, and I really need to start doing this before Christmas. Now, I say that there's only 3 days till Christmas. Actually, 2.5 days till Christmas at this point. So I need to have all my ducks in a row and maybe make this the day after Christmas. And I'm going to have a chance to journal like the day after Christmas. I will not have a chance to do anything on Christmas or probably Christmas Eve. So, the next thing I want to talk about, and I don't know how many of you are going to be interested in this. And if you're not, that's fine. Say you're not. But my interest has been piqued on the planner circuit, on the planner, in the planner world or realm or whatever. Ironically enough, the reason that I started and got into junk journaling is because I wanted a planner. Yeah, you heard me. I bought a planner, I don't know how many years ago, and I didn't like the way it was arranged. So then I looked into learning how to make your own planner. And then I went down the bullet journaling rabbit hole because that was really the only information I could find on how to make and set up your own planner. And that was just a little too strict for me. I don't want to draw in my days and my boxes and stuff like that. I didn't mean that. I wanted to make one, like bind it. So then I went down the rabbit hole of learning how to bind books, which brought me to junk journaling. And then somehow or another, I landed into the daily creative journaling. And so, but it all started with a planner. So I've kind of put that planner idea on the back burner for all these years. And it piques my interest. And I've seen Allison toy with, show her planner lineup and different things that she's doing. And I've been watching some other planner videos. I know myself well enough to know that I'm not going to get into it with all my might because my heart still belongs in my journal. But I do need some kind of planner to keep up with appointments and maybe organize my life a little bit more, or at least attempt to. Whether it be scheduling when I'm going to do videos or what my plans are for the month, so that the beginning of the month doesn't sneak up on me like it always does, and then I start off the month behind. So, and I've watched people and how they decorate their journals and everything, and it looks so pretty, and I have all these stickers, and I thought, well, why not? So I went and I bought a planner. I bought a happy planner. I have had the punch because I had bought the printables a while back, and I was going to print out my own and make my own. I bought the rings, and the punch that punches the 9-hole punch. I've had that for years. Back when I first started doing the planning, I was not real thrilled with the ring bound. I've never been one that liked to work in a spiral bound book anyway. I don't like that feel. And I don't like that the pages are divided. I would rather have them in a journal. I would rather have them connected so that I can glue something across it or whatever. But when it came to planners, I revisited the Happy Planners because I can move around stuff. I can take everything out except for this month if I want to. I have this like additional note pages. I have some, you've seen the little, because whenever they're on clearance, I buy them. So, I have like the half journaling, you know, notes. I can't find them right off the top of my head, but I have them because I cut them up and use them in my journal. But, and I thought that I separated out all my Happy Planner stickers, and I thought that I had moved them to there, but apparently I did not because I'm looking now and I can't find them. So they're in this heap of mess somewhere. So, with all that said, I went with this one that is the dashboard layout. I might be, the other option I guess is the vertical layout. That wasn't appealing to me that much until the other day. And then I'm like, I had already bought this one, so I'm going to roll with it. So I'm going to try this one for this year. And then I didn't understand it to begin with because I don't know all the planner lingo, but I'm learning. And it's just like your weekly view. Like this one has priorities, important, looking ahead, and notes. And then you have like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, where you can, it kind of zooms in on your week. And then I don't think this one has daily. I do want to add some daily pages in here. I don't think I need to plan out every single day, but I do think I am, and that's where my printables are going to come in, because I did print off, I did purchase on Etsy some daily printable planner pages. Yeah, I guess that's what you call them. If not, I would take these, and I also have been watching The Scrappy Wife. I have watched her for a while, not just about planners, but I started watching her because she did and does still some faith planning, and I like that. This is a paper pad, and I could take, this says so much to do, and did it. So, see, I could add this in between. Let's get back to the first week of January. I don't have to have an official daily page for a page for each day, but I can just simply add in a note page and list, and I can date it up here if I want, like for the first, and things that I want to do if I need a more detailed notes on my day. So, that's how I'm looking at this. I'm not doing it all official. I just want to know from you what your interest is and if you care to see any of this. Now, I might would show a little bit of it, just the fun decorating part anyway, if I can figure out how I would want to decorate this. I don't have all those big, if you ever watch anybody plan, they have like the whole scene, the stickers that are like this big, and they put it, and it covers like all 3 of these days, and I look at theirs and they're so beautiful, but then I think, okay, where are you going to write and stuff? And my handwriting is not neat at all. So I'm not looking forward to handwriting in this necessarily, but I have to some degree, right? So, this is what I'm going to stick a couple more of these in here just for this first week. I do like, and this is why I went with the Happy Planner. One, because I don't know all the other planners. I recognize names, but I don't know what they're all about, and I don't want to dive into it that deeply. I just want something that I can write down doctor's appointments, write down activities, parties. Okay, because we go to so many parties. I want to be able to write down events or different things, and I want to be able to decorate it. And so, like, for example, well, this is probably not a good example. I mean, like these big boxes, I think that's what those are for. And these boxes, I think, are for like the monthly view. So you have your monthly view. And then, I mean, if you've noticed, I stopped doing my collage calendar. And that was kind of in anticipation of doing this. Because I knew that I wanted a planner and I wanted to give it a whirl for a year and see how it goes. And so I did not buy something to do the collage calendar for 2025 because I bought a planner instead. So I probably will decorate some of these. And, you know, there's little boxes, big boxes. Have fun today. You know, I want to be able to use all these stickers like they were intended, maybe. Like these big ones, I think you can cover like 3 days with them. I'm not sure that's what they're for, but I think these squares are supposed to go in these boxes right here, if I'm not mistaken. Are any of you planners? Do you, if there's any of you that are planners, raise your hand. And if you would like to give me some basic information, like what I need to know, that would be fabulous. I would love that. Okay, this is the faith planning. And see, here's some big stickers like believe and faith over fear, you know, that sort of thing. And okay, this is all faith, yeah. So anyway, favorite verse, scripture check, weekly checklist. Okay, grateful. Yeah, if you'd like to share with me what your planner experience is, I'd love to hear it. So here is one spring, because spring will be here before we know it. I know we're just in winter as of yesterday, I think. But here's all the big boxes. So I think these are more for the vertical. I think, if I'm wrong, tell me. But instead of this dashboard layout, I think these are the size. If you went with the vertical layout, you had, like, your days were, like, this was Monday, this was Tuesday. It was the length of, it was divided into 3 boxes. I did not opt for that layout, and kind of regretting that a little bit, because I like the way that these boxes fit in those exactly. I just didn't know that until I had already bought this. So, but that doesn't mean I can't use all this stuff. I can still use this, and I'm going to use it. So, what do y'all think? If you have zero interest in planning, that's fine. If you have zero interest in planning, but still like to see somebody decorate something, then it may or may not interest you. I don't know. But it probably won't be, no, not probably. It's not going to be the focus of my channel, but I may add it in a little bit. Although it's hard for me to fathom that, knowing that I'm having a hard time keeping up with my journal these days. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm kind of eager to give it a try, because I did like the collage calendar. And I liked being able to document. I'm used to documenting what happened the other day, not what's going to happen 2 days from now. So I'm trying to get a little more proactive with my life and not just reactive, if that makes sense. So therefore I have a planner, and I'm going to see if I can make this work for me. But anyway, so tell me what you think about both the planner and, oh, and this is my little thing I had bought a while back. It fits over, this is that little case. And I was not necessarily madly, deeply in love with the design of this planner. I liked the clear rings, and I liked the color of the cover, but it just had neutrals in it, so I thought that would be okay. But anyway, this fits the Happy Planner. I wish the Happy Planner would fit in my purse, but this is the classic style, the medium size or the classic size. I don't think it's going to fit in my purse unless I get a bigger purse. So, anyway, let me know what you think about the journals, and let me know what you think about the planner. And I'm eager to get started with the new year. I'm not trying to rush through Christmas, though. I want to be present for the whole, you know, for everything. You work so hard to get to Christmas Eve, or I do, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then it goes by so fast. So I'm wanting to be present with my family and all of that, but yet I'm also looking forward to starting this after Christmas. So, all right. Well, let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear from you. I do love this paper. And I need to plunder through my paper stash and see if I can find even just 6 more pages would be helpful, I think. 6 or 8, maybe. Anyway, but let me know what you think. Drop me a comment. Tell me which book you would vote for. The Children's Toys, The Snowman, or the Reader's Digest. Or if you'd scratch all of them and start over. I don't know. I have more books, but these are the 3 that I chose, mainly because they're blue. So, anyway. All right. Well, let me know what you think, and I appreciate you being here, and I just wanted to pop in and kind of give you an idea of what my plans are, and I will see you very soon. Y'all have a great day. Bye.